moss garden. We were originally going to get bikes, but that plan didn't work. Apparently you need a Japanese phone number. So we're walking 40 minutes to a moss garden. Do you want to tell them no? It's got teeth. There's vending machines over there and another souvenir shop. This looks like Florida. Poor guy. Too tall anywhere in Japan. You can't see, but there's a huge spider right there.